Hello guys, welcome to another video. I've changed the scenery a little bit. Now I hold the flower and another chess video. I'm gonna continue the Grunfeld Saga. So also for those who don't know, who am I? My name is Mihai Venețeanu. I'm a chess player and I'm a chess coach. My rating is 2100 FIDE rating and online on chess.com is 2500 on every aspect like rapid, bullet, and blitz. So today, without further ado, let's get started. I prepared for you some Grunfeld games that I've played, and now we change the scenery a little bit. It's at the highest level, almost at the highest level. But I was 2479, and it was my road to get to 2500 in blitz. I was playing 3 plus 0. So let's check one of the games. I have three games for you, and I'll show them as quickly as possible. All right. So classical Grunfeld, where he plays bishop g5, bishop g7. So I've tried the Peter's Fiddler line that I've mentioned in other videos. All right. And here, yeah, I think I'm supposed to play b5, which I did. So let's see what happened. If this line is good at all, or is just a fluke, you know? So I regain one of the pawns. Right now I have five pawns against seven, if you can count, right? I'm down two pawns, but I have three pieces developed, whereas he has one and he has a pawn as a target. So he can play e3, which is what he did. So now I went for kingside castle. I'm not so sure if I should play kingside castle or I have something better here. So I'm just gonna turn off on the engine. I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I didn't analyze actually. Oh, rook b8. I forgot about this move, but now it all seems clear to me. I remember Peter Zwiller recommending this, or I think I've missed something along the way. Let me see. Oh, I'm supposed to play bishop takes d4, so b5 is actually a mistake. So keep this in mind, guys. After pawn to c5, which is the best move, right? You can see here, top engine move, c5. This is Zidler's recommendation, and he took en passant. Now remember, always remember to capture here, because you're not afraid if he captures on b7, you'll just reclaim back with the bishop. Now let's turn off the engine a little bit, just to understand it humanly, that we have two bishops, two b's, vroom vroom. Look, I have the flower here, two b's, just cutting the board. And you might ask, what if he plays e3 to trade the queens? I guess I'm just gonna take the knight and maybe play queen a5 or something. Let me just turn on the engine to clarify. But yeah, this is the way to go. And then queen a5 to avoid the queen trade. And the point is, this is my target. I'm still down one pawn only, though. My bishop is active. It's kind of hinders his development of the bishop. He has to, kind of see how he goes about this threat. Maybe he plays queen b3. And I can even ignore the bishop. I can play something like knight c6. That's just for starters, some ideas, because if he takes, then I take on c3, and it's a messy position. Anything can happen. Or I'm not sure if I'm recommending you the best things. Maybe I move the bishop, maybe I play something else, maybe I play bishop c6 or anything. I don't know. But let's see the game. Let's watch the game because this is what we came for. b5, knight takes and queen a5. So let's see what happens even then here with two pawns down. So maybe rook b8 makes more sense than castling because I don't want to be slow. I just want to hit his pawns, hit the targets as soon as possible with his king being in the center. And with castling, I kind of lose the semi-tempo. So knight f3, and now I break in the center and hold on, let me see. So 4 minutes already recorded. I don't want to make this video too long. I have three games in total to show you. So bishop takes now. So I played e4 to hit his knight back. You can see that he responded with d5, and if I were to move the knight, then I would lose more time. So I thought to myself, now I provoke him or I indulge him to take. I want to take back and then take on c3, and it's all a messy position. So let's see what happens. He played knight d2. I took. And then I win a pawn. I grab a pawn. I grab one of the pawns. So that's why I like the Grunfeld defense because I get to play active. I get to do my thing and I reclaim some of the material back. And now he has a target over here. I want to play 95. I don't let him take on e4 because then his bishop will hang. So he castles and I play a5. The point of a5 is to gain more space. And later on in the future, I just want to play bishop to a6, for example. I want to take and then pin him. For example, if he does something silly, takes. He cannot take with the knight because I have bishop a6, and he cannot take with the queen either because still at the end I have bishop to a6. And when he moves the knight, because there's no way to defend it, the rook will hang. So that's pretty straightforward. That's why he moved the rook to not be in the pin anymore, and a4 even gaining more space and taking away the b3 square from his knight and for his bishop, from his bishop. And later on, I just want to move away my bishop and bring my rook into the game. So I think I've finished the opening very well because I'm developed. I'm just down a pawn where I reclaim the pawn back, but he has quite some development, which is unfortunate. But it seems that I claim even one pawn, and now I have a strong passer. And I calculated this precisely because if I were to play bishop to b3, then he was quite annoying that he can just take the pawn. So I thought to myself that I can, nudge. I can nudge the bishop, and if he were to take, he didn't take. But if he were to take, what did I plan? Let me see. I think I planned bishop to b3 just to exposing the rook in the end, right? And I guess he can do a lot of things, but the point is that I would just want to double up and kind of win the rook, or at least win the exchange, if that makes sense, right? Because I'll have too much pressure on the bishop. Anyway, he played bishop to c6, and now he claimed this pawn, but you will see that this will be a winner, if I remember correctly. So I just maneuver back and forth, just hit his rook, and then I win a rook. Basically, I did a small combination, a small trick. He should have taken here. He was down on time. He was 9 seconds on the clock. Then I would have gained the rook here, and now he has to blockade the pawn because otherwise he loses. But then I will perhaps play rook b3, and if he takes, then I just want to play bishop to f5 and push b2 b1. So it almost looks winning to me again, unless he plays bishop to b1 and e4, which is something that he can do. Um, yeah, unless I have bishop to b5, bishop e2, bishop d1, and bishop c2, which I think I do. I have it in time. And bishops. Oh no, I don't have it in time. I don't. So anyway, yeah, it seems like I was a little bit lucky in this game. Yeah, and then the game just ended, and let me save it really quickly. Um, model games wins. I guess this is the first one. Anyway, I should probably edit these videos. All right, quickly a second game, and the next two games I think I lost the next two game. So this guy plays bishop to g5, and you can see that they are all strong players. This guy is 24-74, right? But I have this shirt. I have this shirt with champion, so he cannot mess with me. So I hit his bishop, and now I develop in the center. I don't mind him taking on e4 because I just want to hit his knight, and I am for quick development. That's why he just plays solidly and just wants to bring the bishop back out. And it seems like he's from Serbia, so he knows what he's doing because a lot of people from Serbia play very well. All right, and this is a little bit of a defining moment where I take on e4, when I take on c4 and he takes on e4, but improves my bishop, and now I hit the center, hit his bishop, whereas he has rook c1 here, but I kind of blockade the file. My bishop is kind of strong and I want to play rook fda, rook ac8, the casual stuff in the Grunfeld. I allow this exchange. I'm not sure if I had something better, maybe I did. You guys let me know down in the comments if I did. Alright, queen a2, queen a5, a4, rook d6 because I just wanna move the rook to rook a d8. All right, he takes my knight, and now pause the video if you don't see it, you know, and find the best move for white here. All right, congratulations. It was very straightforward, but I know some beginners are watching or some less advanced players. Of course, he played bishop to e7 and he attacked two of my rooks. So this is a big no-no, big mistake by me. And yeah, then I proceeded to lose the game, I guess. I hit his bishop. I was still trying, but I lost the rook. And I tried to have some counterplay on his king. That's just basically how the Grunfeld goes. You lose a piece and you try to hit his king, but he defends very well, and I'm just down the exchange. I try to hit him again, but I'm down a rook in the end, and I proceeded to lose. And of course, I don't resign because I wanted to beat him on time, but this is what happens at 3 plus 0. Alright, let's see. Okay, I have time for one more quick game to show to you. Against an Indian player, he played the bishop to f4 line, and I played the Grunfeld again, so Jobava London. Alright, with h4, even the most aggressive one, or I play h5 and knight b5. This is the most annoying because I don't really like to put my knight on a6. It's kind of out of place, whereas later on I have to play c6 and then remaneuver back b8, d7, and so on and so forth. It's kind of losing time. But I play knight e4 in the with the idea that when his knight returns, at least I mess up his pawn structure. But I guess it's not the most brilliant because I give up my strong piece in the center, and he doesn't really care about doubling his pawn structure because he will get an open file for the rook, and he will get to push c4 twice. So let me just give you an example. If he pushed here c4, and if I were to do nothing, he can take, and just imagine that I take back, and then he gets to push c4 twice. So that's why he doesn't care about the double pawns, right? Okay. So he pushed g4, okay? H takes g4, bishop takes, knight to e6. All right, I'm just trying to bring my pieces over on the king side because he's exposing my king and he's trying to smash me over here. So h5, all right, takes. I try to, release some of the pressure and hit his bishop. And now, pause the video, and find the best move for white and leave it in the comments below. Pause the video right now. I'll give you a moment. All right. I'll give you a hint. You're trying to hit the king. You don't care about the bishop. All right. Congratulations for you who found it and for you who just want to see what happened. And again, I bring this little flower as as something funny or something inspiring. I'll hold it a little bit, here and there. He played h takes g6. Congratulations for those of you who found it. So let's continue. I took the bishop, of course. There's nothing better. And queen h5. If you found this is the key, the point of the crux of the idea of the plan. I play king g7 because I'm trying to hide, but just queen h6 and now queen h4. And I don't really want to take the pawn because then rook g1 comes and my king is very exposed, but there's nothing better that I can do. Queen h5 and I cannot move the king anywhere. I'm cut and there's only one square to go and this is checkmate. And that's it. This is how I lost in 23 moves. The Indian kids are good nowadays. Kids or, older player. But yeah, that's what happened. Those were the games. So 3 games in like 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, share it with a friend. Tell a story, tell them something you liked about this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.